Hello everyone, what's good? I am back. It is Pica Lozano here, bringing you another episode of the Staple series. So for those of you unaware, I have not done this series in such a long time, but now I have returned and there is no better character in my opinion to bring forward than this guy right here, Martial Law. As you may know, by the time of this recording, Tekken 8 just released a new trailer for Martial Law and it is just beautiful. Really chef's kiss. Now, for those of you who also do not know, I was a martial law main back in Tekken 5 Classic. Yes, the very first iteration of Tekken 5, I was actually a martial law main. So I do think that it is more than deserving that we bring martial law to the mix of the Staple series. So just to inform you guys, the Staple series is a set of videos or an episodic series that I intended for all the characters in the game, just stating what I think are the most vital, most practical, most user-friendly staple combos you have for them. And it also can change dependent on how you see the characters, how I see the characters. But again, all ideas are welcome. This is just my take on the matter. And a quick disclaimer, this whole video will be done in one take. So there will be no edits whatsoever, just so I could show you guys as well that these combos can all be practiced and mechanically, trained for everybody. You may spend a little bit more time than others, but again, this is for you law users out there, so let's get to it. We know for a fact that the number one requirement, first and foremost, to be a law user is Dragon Stance. So DSS as some people call it. So a quick disclaimer, that is the number one component that you need for martial law. The moment that you can land 4-3 to a legend kick, you're definitely good. You're definitely okay, right? So here we go. That's a 4-3, back forward, forward, and then you hold it forward and you do 4 for those of you who haven't tried it yet. Now, it's funny enough that Law only has sadly, one reliable staple route for most of his launchers. Most of them. So that is basically forward 4, up 3, which is the roundhouse to crescent kick. So there's that. You gotta get that down. Now, what people don't know is that there's a difference between 4 and forward 4. At least some people do not know it yet. So, what I'm trying to point out here is when you do a down forward 2, say you launch somebody, and then you immediately press 4, you see how that deals 9 damage, right? Over here. It deals 9 damage. But if you press forward 4, it deals 11 damage. So if you're new to Law, those are two different things. So you might want to get used to forward 4 up 3 instead of just 4 up 3. Case in point, here we go. Just to show an example. Alright, sorry. There we go. You get the point. But here we go, I'll do it again. So that's 62, right? Now if I use forward 4, it's 64, right? Very, very simple. But, however, the combo of Law is not exactly as simple, at least to most people. That's the reason why he's actually not really considered a beginner-friendly character. So, the staple that most people go for is the one that I showed, which is a single back 2 and then back 2 1, then you know the rest. But personally, if I'm gonna be practical about it, I would go for forward 4-3. Which is this screw attack instead of back to 1. Simply because it offers so much versatility in my opinion. Right? So from here, you can do whatever you want. Albeit there's a slight difference in terms of timing when it comes to the combo. So you see that deals 65 damage, which is absolutely no joke already for any character in Tekken. Now this route goes for everything that you can forward 4 up 3. Literally everything. So that's while standing 2. Then there's also the normal hop kick or this power hop kick of Law. Even counter hit QCF 1-2-1-2. Everything. Even this grab. As long as you can forward 4 up 3 the thing and you can connect both hits, everything. Oops, sorry. That was a reset. But as long as you can, then that combo will always connect all the time. It's gonna be a bit more complicated if you go for a forward 4 because Law recovers in crouch, right? If you want to go for that combo, you're gonna have to crouch cancel by either sidestepping, immediately sidestepping. However, the problem there is if you sidestep, you are gonna sacrifice your 2 points of damage, right? Because that's how you crouch cancel. Still, that's pretty okay, because granted that you can connect the full combo, you're still gonna deal a lot of damage, right? Oops, alright, that was my bad. See, that's still 74. That's still pretty darn big. Okay, now that again goes for everything. And what do I mean by the versatility? As you mentioned earlier, you see, some situations you might need to wall carry, so you can use enders such as that, and then we can have a forward 4 again as a launcher. You can do the hop kick, anything. Now, there's one combo that a lot of people really need to master, in my opinion, specifically off of Law's Magic 4. So this is the only situation I would say that mastering back 2-3-4 to Junkyard, or rather back 2-3-4 to DSS3 to this ender is the most important, because 66 damage is really good off of a safe launcher basically. So here we go. There's really no other combo route, I believe, that will make it to my top. You know, honestly, because what you can do is if you do need to be more versatile, you can just switch along the way. It's up to you, dependent on the situation. Now, this combo, this really new combo-ish that we've seen from Law as of late, actually deals so much damage as well. The problem with this combo, it's 67 damage, is that again, towards the middle of the combo, there's a bit of a lack of versatility. Well, not that one. That is an emergency OS that I use for Law in case that I mess up my DSS3. So you see that 67 damage, right? It's huge. But again, towards the middle, you can't adjust anymore. Like say for example, from here, instead of doing like 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, you lose that because you sacrifice the screw attack from this point forward. It's up to you. It's up to you how you're gonna do that. But the good thing about this is, again, it's always going to be big damage because of how DSS3 is. Now, for the throw, for forward 4 3+4, I prefer using a delayed hop kick. That's just my take. And again, it could be anybody's choice. This is your choice. That's going to be 66 damage. I prefer a delayed hop kick because, first and foremost, there's a lot of versatility to go with it, right? But, of course, damage, again, it's just really this. That's just my opinion. So let's make a quick recap. I told you guys that a lot of the routes of Law are just basically this. Okay, so if you want to be stylish even, you can go for the multiple while standing 4s, right? So the basic recap is all launches from a down forward 2, a while standing 2, a hop kick, you can do 4 up 3 all the time. And then the screw attack is forward 4 3. Again, that in my opinion, that is the most versatile route to go to because you can change your ender, you can go for damage or go for wall carry, even for Oki, it is up to you. Now, Law is gifted with 3+4 4, which is a 14 frame, really damaging long range launcher. Now, it's the same principle as forward 4 3, but of course, this is really more used. The same goes for sidestep 3+4. So, in my opinion, the best staple for this one, for everybody, is still this. It's still 3+4 4, 4 up 3, forward 4 2 1 3. Of course, there are other ways to actually improvise that combo, like if you can go for 4 up 3 4 3. That's 60 damage, still really big. That is actually one of the most reliable ones out there, but it does take a bit of execution. There's also Junkyard to Legend Kick, which deals 53 damage. And if you want to be a little bit more extra, you can go for a neutral 4, and then Junkyard, and then Legend Kick. However, you have to learn how to delay the second hit of the Junkyard. So those are just, again, some of the staples you really need to learn with Law. For Magic 4, Junkyard to screw attack, and then it's on you. Okay, so if I may say so myself, there's really not that much creativity with Law if you want to play him practically. A lot of the damaging stuff from Law comes from being smart about it, you know, being being wise about your wall carry, being wise about your damage outputs, because stuff like the DS while standing fours, they're rather optional in my opinion, especially when you're like starting off with law. But other than that, try to always go for your 4 up 3s if I may be very honest. So that's it actually guys for our staple series for law. I know there's not really much to talk about with law, but if I'm gonna make another episode about the more complex stuff of law, please let me know in the comment section below. So good night, sleep tight, see you on to the next one. Coach loves you guys.